Hi, I'm Kim Reeder. I'm in Santa Monica, Los Angeles County, and I serve on the Community Advisory Board at the Urban Institute in Washington, D.C., on their Housing Justice Project. And I'm also a member of Housing Now California, where we're working to promote housing as a human right. And I've also been directly impacted by housing insecurity and homelessness. So I have lived experience. Some important considerations in working with people who are aging. Um, One is not everyone is actually a senior citizen who is aging and unhoused. There's a lot of people in their late 40s, 50s, and even 60, 61 that may not be hitting the 62 mark or whatever exact age number you're looking for that are are coping with things that go along with aging that can go to knee problems or hip problems, foot problems, problems just getting around. And I had a number of situations where people expected me to get from A to be somewhere at a certain time where I wasn't sure if it was physically possible when I was unhoused because I had to get myself there and my bags, and lifting and twisting becomes more difficult. So there's just the physical aspects to it, and this is whether you're disabled or not. There are things that happen with aging that everyone experiences, whether you're housed or unhoused. Also, you know, there is something that's happening to people that I don't think we're really understanding, and it did happen to me, is that it takes a lot of time when you're caring for your parents as they age. And I know I had buried my mother before I became unhoused. And then my father was very sick during the time that I was unhoused. And there was a great deal of time and energy spent taking care of them. And I've met any number of people on the streets, in cars, and in shelters that have invested a lot of time and energy and also money in caring for parents. There's also the umbrella generation of people that are caring for children and parents at the same time. And one thing that I learned, it's not that difficult to become unhoused. And, for me, it was kind of a perfect storm of some different things. But I didn't have, as much as I had hoped to have in savings. And it didn't last nearly as long as I thought it would. So, this is happening to a lot of people as we age. The other thing that happens too, there's a lot of jobs that I could do when I was younger to pick up money that I can't do anymore. Things that come to mind. I used to be a great waitress and a bartender, but I've had spine injuries since then and herniated disc. I had a spine surgery and I'm okay. I'm fine. But I can't pick up those jobs anymore. And this happens to a lot of people, women and men. And once you become unhoused, a lot of the jobs programs are physical labor. So, I had people talking to me about going into warehousing. I'm not sure in my prime, in my 20s, I even had the upper body strength to do what they were talking about having me do in my 50s. So I think really looking at how we're operating and trying to prevent homelessness, trying to create programs where we get aid to people where they're first displaced. Because, now if you look at the condition of a lot of people that are in the streets that are very weathered, that have been outdoors for a very long time, where you're not sleeping well, you're malnourished, you're dehydrated. What was that person like, and what were their needs the week before they became unhoused? What could have been done then? With my situation, I could have been out of it in 2.5 months, or because of COVID, maybe 5 or 6. It was 2.5 years unhoused. Now we're going into year 4, and I'm really fortunate. I'm really grateful for so much that has happened, but it didn't have to be this way. And this is happening to a lot of people.